Hey everybody, I'm Scotty J. You are watching Rock Titan TV. Right now, I am in the presence of a true metal legend. Coming all the way from the land of Molson and maple syrup, Justin Bieber. But, no, we got Lips from Anvil here. Lips, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah?
Doing great.
So, here we are on the Pounding the Pavement tour.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going okay, you know.
Yeah?
No complaints.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, you had a long ride. You were just saying that you were up in Maine, Portland, Maine.
Yeah, a long ride. Well, what the hell?
And now
I'm
we're in
used to it,
Philadelphia.
man. This is about the 60th show I've done this year so far. So
Yeah.
no big deal.
So how is the touring life these days? There's 17 albums in now, you know, and obviously we were talking a while ago about the story of Anvil since that documentary came out, and life has been different, you know. Would you say that, you know, most of it for the good, you know?
Oh yeah, all of it for the good. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really all worked out. It's like a fairy tale story, really. It all worked out perfectly.
All worth the wait.
Ultimately, what happened was we made an impact when we were young, and it set us up for a lifetime of being able to do this, which is all I wanted to do. I wanted to make a living being a musician. That's what I've done. But you know, the in between and the dark era for the band was when we didn't have the touring schedule that we do today.
Right.
But luckily that kept me in a position to go and keep a regular job, make enough money to buy real estate, raise a family, and then when the movie came out, my son was already going to university. Everything's all like that, so it couldn't have worked out more perfect.
Now you get to do what you want.
Now I'm doing completely what I want, and I'm making a living at it. I'm having the time of my life.
That's awesome.
When I can't do the physical labor that I used to do when I was in my 30s.
Yeah, right? And who wants to be doing that?
Exactly.
You know?
Who wants to be doing that when you're entering your 60s? You don't.
The only thing you got to be lifting is that axe right there. That's it.
This is as heavy as it gets.
Right on. Now, everyone, we've just been joined by Robb Reiner. I want to make sure we get Robb here in the frame. Come on over here, Robb. Can you get a little closer? Come on, you guys are boys. Yeah, all right, so we're good. Yeah, he just snuck in. We were just checking out this other band that's...
Yeah, I was just talking to the girls. They're going to give me the CD.
Yeah, oh yeah?
Yeah, her parents are old fucking hippies from the 70s. They're 70-year-old. I go, I love it, man. Look at the influence that your parents had on you.
That's awesome.
Listen to that cool shit, man. You know, so I love it.
Well, you know what? It's funny. You talk about, you know, influences that you've had on people over the years. Just to get my juices flowing, we talked about this earlier, I had to go back and watch the story of Anvil, and obviously everything has changed, you know, pretty dramatically for you guys since. But leading up to that point, I thought it was really interesting because of all the appearances on that documentary. You had Lemmy in there, you know, and you had Slash in there, and you had, Tom
Araya.
You had, right? Yeah, you had so many people, and I mean... The inspiration and kind of the template, the model that you guys were. I mean, it's like you guys set the bar for all these guys. Yet you probably had to, I guess, maybe work harder to get to where you finally are now than they did. Would that be fair?
Yeah, because
in a sense, yeah,
the business failed the band. Not the band failed the business. The business failed the band because
right from the get-go.
The greediness. The greediness of the industry, in the sense that, you know, we put out the first 3 albums on a Canadian label. When they went shopping for distribution and a record contract in the United States, all the labels, they wouldn't sign it unless they got those first 3 records for free. Well, why would a label that's put out all this money and effort and time and energy on give it away for free?
Right.
Well, they wouldn't, and the labels here, they want something for nothing so that they can go run with it. Well, it doesn't work like that. So the business failed us on that level. The other aspects, the band was a lot more famous and distributed than people knew and people understood, particularly in the business. along with what happened in the first 3 records, is there was a licensing deal that the label in Canada did with a company in France,
Okay.
and they made picture discs, which got distributed to all the underground areas. So every flea market all over the world had these records. So none of the records that existed, like the 1 million records that they printed, or the
Right.
2 million records that they printed, never were accounted for, and we were never paid for them. So you could buy the picture discs for half the price of what the records would be in the stores.
Wow. Wow.
So we got double stiffed. Not only did we not get the record deals in the United States, but the records got distributed illegally and bootlegged.
Right. Well, and that's always existed, the piracy and the bootlegging and stuff like that. And clearly you guys did not get the love that you deserved, I would say, between Canada and the United States.
I signed one of those records just here today.
Yeah,
Did you really?
They're everywhere. They're all over the world.
No joke. But in Europe, I mean, has treated you guys great, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, and it's
All the
been
hard work's paying off there.
it's been the stronghold for our existence since day one.
Yeah. And now you got a label over there now, yeah?
They have,
Yeah.
they have
Like
real
we always have.
There's real metal culture there.
Yeah.
There actually lives and breathes culture of metal there.
Have you guys ever thought about relocating over to Europe and just setting up shop there?
Well, in a certain sense, we have. We do all of our recording in Germany. We
Okay.
manage from
Okay.
Germany. Our record companies are in Germany.
Our agents in Germany.
Everything is. So it is
producers in
relocated. The
Germany.
only thing, we just don't live there.
Do you guys speak German? Do you know any German? These
They know
guys would be
English.
talking behind your back and you wouldn't
No,
even
no,
know.
no, no, no. They know English.
Yeah.
Right.
They're it's a very educated society.
Yeah.
It's part of what makes them really successful and really above the rest.
All right.
Is the fact that they are very educated.
All right. Well, that's cool. I'll have to go find that out myself one of these days.
Yeah.
But as far as Pounding the Pavement goes, was that all distributed at the same time, or did you have like an earlier release in Europe than you had over the United?
No,
it
it
was-
came out
Came out at the
universally.
same time. Just Japan came out a few weeks later.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, when I first started listening to it, I thought it was so funny. One of the tracks on there, I'm like, oh man, I wonder if this figures into like their touring cycle at all with the GPS. Bitch in the box.
Yeah, absolutely.
That cracked me up, man. I was dying. You guys ever play that when you're on the road and the GPS starts
absolutely.
acting up?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We had GPS action today.
We had GPS
You're like,
problems
bitch in the
today.
box.
Yeah.
It's the bitch in the box.
Bitch in a box is really
Yeah, she wouldn't talk to us, and
I
she
was
got.
ready
I
for
guess
it.
she was angry, and she
Yeah.
wouldn't talk to us.
was
And we
gonna
go,
throw her
"Come on, we need to know where we're
I
going."
was going to throw it out the window, man. It was really close.
That is so funny. Well, I mean, with all the success that you guys have had in music, one thing I wanted to touch on specifically with you, Rob, because it really got my attention. You're an artist. You're a painter.
Yeah, I paint.
Yeah. And
I
some
love
pretty
to paint.
solid paintings at that.
Oh, thank you.
Now, have you ever done any kind of exhibits or anything like that with galleries?
Yeah, it's 3. I've only shown them 3 times.
Okay.
I'd like to do it more. I will. I
Yeah.
just need to have more time to say I'm going to do it.
So I was going to
But
say,
I paint. When
you ever
we
have a
don't
canvas on the tour bus or in the van?
No.
Or?
I wish I did. That'd be great. We're not set up on this level to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I paint. When we don't tour, I paint. That's how I kill my time.
Okay. All right.
I create. That's it.
All right. Now, one of the other things that we were talking about, I mean, you guys have been playing for, God, how long now? 40 plus years, 17 albums in. I mean, Pounding the Pavement's your 17th album. Artists, that have come and gone and that have left us. I know that Lemmy, was particularly, had a solid spot in your hearts. And
Absolutely.
is it correct that he actually wanted you to be his lead guitarist at one time?
Yeah, but I couldn't do it because I was obligated
You're Anvil,
to
yeah.
record companies and
Right.
to my best friend. I'm
Right on.
not taking off.
Sure.
It's wasn't meant to be, so it didn't happen.
Yeah. No, but when you have friends like this, and fellow musicians that
Yeah, musicians are a different sort. We don't judge each other on our popularity as much as we do just by listening to each other.
Okay.
Like I don't really give a rat's ass about how many records my some other band has sold. I listen to it and either I like it or I don't. That's about it.
That's a perfect segue into where I was going next, because you talk about the record sales and the fame and the fortune and everything that goes with it. Here you guys are still going. You just came out with a new album, and then a band like Slayer, they're calling it a day. I mean, this is their final tour. They're waving bye-bye to their fans and everything like that. I mean, is that something that you guys could even fathom right now?
No, because you don't do that. And it won't be long before Tom Araya is doing a solo album, or Kerry King is doing a solo album. He's not going to quit.
I was just going to ask you think they're going to end up regretting it?
That is what's going to happen.
Okay.
They might, maybe they'll put an end to Slayer, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be finished. They're still got a pulse and they're still breathing. Yeah. Therefore, there's you got to find something to live for tomorrow. Otherwise, what the hell is it? Right. You go till you die. Musicians do not retire. They just die. That's it.
That is pretty much what Byford told me when he was with Saxon coming through Philly, and I had a chance to catch up with him. I asked him that. I'm like, now that you've gotten to this stage of your career, because they just came out with a new album this past year, do you ever think of your own mortality? Do you ever think about how much time you have left doing what you're doing?
Of course we think about how much time we have left, and it's running out. So you got to get as much done.
Oh, come on, man! You got to be good for another 20 years.
As much done as you possibly can. It's not about how many. It's not about how many records get sold. It's about how many records you record. How much music do you record? That's who the winner is. The winner in this game is the guy that gets to express himself the most.
Yeah.
That's the winner. It's not how many records get sold, it's how many records get recorded.
Yeah. Now, I think I already know what both your answers are going to be on this one, but I mean, any regrets that it kind of took as long as it did for you guys to really receive the overall respect and kind of acknowledgement?
Well, actually, I think that we got the respect all along.
Did
it's
you?
just that I just think that the public in the
that's where I was going with it.
In the sheep world, we might not have got the respect that we deserve, but certainly by our fellow musicians.
Sure, absolutely,
all along.
Absolutely. No, I'm talking about the sheep.
And believe me, you would not get Lars sitting there unless it was really from the heart.
And that's what was amazing to me, because again, kind of going back to my earlier points, just seeing that the love and respect and admiration you had from your peers, and it's like we talk about the sheeple,
The sheeple don't know shit. they never do.
Now, as far as you guys go, I mean, you're like brothers. You've been together forever. Was there ever a point, either because of something that one of you did musically or personally, that risked Anvil breaking up?
No, not really. No, because we have the same.
Not musically.
We have the same goals.
We're Anvil.
We have the same goals.
Anvil has this sound, so we're gonna always keep it the same. So why would we have a meltdown about what we're doing?
Sure. Yeah. No.
Like if we decide, if he goes, you know what, man, we better make fucking ballads only, right? Maybe I might not like it, or vice versa. I might say, let's do ballads, but we don't think like that.
Right.
We think we got to keep making more Anvil, man.
Right.
At this point, that's what people really want to hear.
So would you say that the music, that Anvil has produced all these years has actually strengthened your relationship and kept you closer?
Yeah, I think so, and to a certain degree. Yeah. We love the same stuff. We grew up together, and we love the same.
After all these years,
inspirations of the music that we all rock to, But we've learned what Anvil is, the sound of Anvil, the style of riffing, the drum grooves, the fucking lyrics, the whole deal. Right? And we've made a lot of different records that are kind of, like Anvil-ish, experimental, whatever. And we found that, being Anvil is what works the best for everybody.
Right on.
Us including. Like even we dig our new shit. We listen to Bitch in a Box and go, that's a good fucking song.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
a good fucking song, man. That's just the end of that, right?
Yeah.
Or you listen to fucking Ego, that's a good fucking, these are good songs, right? So.
I love it, man. I was just working out today. I was literally working out the Pounding the Pavement the whole day. I'm just like, oh man, that Bitch in the Box got me though, man. That was hilarious. That was really, really good. But, so parting thoughts here, guys. If you love what you do, you never work a day of your life. True?
That's right.
You guys haven't had to work for a long time.
That's right.
Have you guys ever had to work? Ever?
Well, yeah, I had day jobs. Sure.
Yeah, right,
But
early
that's
on.
what you do to make money. But as far as being an Anvil, that's not work.
Yeah, but I mean, so these days, Anvil, that's your only.
Yeah, no, we've only been. The band is our actual shitty day job.
Yeah,
What
for
a
the
shitty day
for,
job.
yeah for the
That's
last.
lousy, Rob. I don't know how you do it, man.
Right on.
Yeah, actually, for the last 10 years, we haven't
Yeah.
had to go back to any kind of day jobs. This has been it.
Yeah, no, we've been
Really
really.
good.
We worked hard to get what's happening. We really worked fucking hard.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And just people want to see us all over the world. It doesn't seem to fucking stop. Most people have never seen us live. Yeah.
And that movie, it was the best advertising. You got to go see this band live, and
Yeah.
we haven't stopped playing ever since people have been seeing that advertisement. So
Everybody, if you haven't seen the story of Anvil, go check it out, because for me, it was so inspirational. Now, I heard a couple things, maybe read a couple of things that you were thinking about doing a part 2 of that. Is that still something that you would want to do, or?
I think part 2 will probably happen when the
Yeah.
conclusion, when there's a conclusion. In other words,
Okay.
one of us dies.
Oh, that's morbid. You don't want to think about
it is
that,
morbid.
you know?
Well, the director, he's got some.
And he better hope he doesn't die before one of us.
Oh, man.
No, a few years ago we filmed a lot of stuff. Lips and myself are living the whole sequel. We've been living it for years.
Yeah, yeah.
Our minds and eyes are the cameras. We've seen it. We've seen the second movie because we've lived it.
Now, when you guys were starting back up in the '80s, and we're going to get going here because the other bands are already starting to rock out. But did you ever see yourselves here at this point of your life?
Well,
Did
that
you guys
was the
think
whole-
you'd
that was the
Did you
ultimate
think this would
plan.
actually be happening?
The ultimate plan was to go till we died.
Yeah.
If
So you
I said it, we
always-
wanted to go till we were old
We've
men.
always wanted to do this, to be able to make a living out of it, as it were, and travel all over the world and play for people who actually really love the music. It's fucking awesome.
And for as long as humanly possible. Ultimately,
yeah,
you don't want to be
physically.
an overnight sensation and make it and then go away. Who the hell wants to be that?
Right on.
So it's like my whole philosophy is if you're going to sell out and do that kind of thing, you do it after 20 albums.
Yeah, that's what you were saying,
You
man.
know,
We're on
why do you want to do
17 now,
it?
so-
Why do you want to do it after your first record?
Yeah, right.
You make it big, everybody's talking about you, then you go away and you never come back.
Yeah.
Who the hell wants that? I'd rather do it. I'd rather be struggling and making music for a whole lifetime and then finally come out with that big album. And even if I don't, man, did I have a good time trying.
Yeah. Well, how has the reception of Pounding the Pavement been? Is it?
It's been absolutely stellar.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although, for us, the last couple albums have been pretty damn.
Yeah, Anvil is Anvil.
I think
I think
it's-
accepted. They've been
yeah.
well accepted and
Very cool.
Yeah, it's the most popular we've been and doing the best we've been in our entire careers. So I think that says a lot. To be saying that we're doing better now in our 60s
That's
than we
amazing.
ever have.
That is so cool.
That's a great
That's
thing
not
to
usually
say.
normal. Or that's
No,
most
it's
people
not.
right?
But it's something, for everyone to kind of, I think, use as inspiration and motivation. I mean, you
Well,
guys.
the other thing is the young crowd that has tapped into what we're doing, which makes us a little different than some of the other bands of our contemporaries.
Right.
We're one of the few bands that young people are fucking connecting with, right? That's
That's
a great
awesome.
that's a great place to be.
That is awesome. What do you? I mean, I said I was going to wrap this up, and here we keep on going. But I could talk to you guys all night. What do you think of metal today? What do you think of the state of the metal scene now versus, I guess, arguably the height of the '80s?
There's no comparison.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah,
If you ask me.
there's no infrastructure anymore. So
The bands today, they lost the plot. In my opinion, nobody's doing melodic, sensible stuff.
Yeah.
They're doing all this other new,
Right.
strain,
Right.
and you never can understand it. There's no vocals aren't melodic and clear.
Now, would you say
and
that?
a lot of it's redundant. I've heard it all before, anyways, right?
Right.
So it doesn't.
yeah, no one's
It doesn't excite me so much.
You need songs. It used to be that the main propellant of heavy metal was about lead guitar playing. But once lead guitar playing got completely discovered and rediscovered and rehashed and over and over and over again, the only thing left to do is write some good songs that are memorable.
Right on.
But there's not many guys doing that.
Right. Now, would you say there's any differences between the artists maybe over in Europe versus over here in the United States? Would you say that metal is stronger over there than it is here? Right.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, they have
Yeah, but metal is a form.
culture.
Yeah, metal is a culture. It's a way of life over there,
Yeah,
where,
but there's a lot of
where
culture
it's
there,
not a
right?
trend.
There's no culture here in the same comparison.
Do you think there's any particular reason for that?
I don't want to get into it.
Philosophical thoughts of Rob Reiner on why metal is better in Europe versus in
Europe.
no, we don't want to do anything
about,
controversial.
nations and stuff and mentalities. I don't want to go there.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
It's not work.
Yeah.
For this conversation.
Yeah, no, for sure. We were talking about official music videos a little while ago. Are we going to be doing any official music videos for Pounding the Pavement?
Yeah, we're supposed to.
Yeah, we're trying to make a bitch in a box. Somebody.
Nice.
Actually on this tour, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere on this tour, we're going to meet somebody apparently who
Very cool.
offered to make a video of that song.
Very cool.
So if that actually does happen,
Then it will happen, and everybody will see it.
Yeah,
And there you
yeah.
go.
All right, nice.
If it's done well, then we're going to put it up.
Very cool. Well, you heard it here. We're working on Bitch in the Box. Pounding the Pavement.
There's actually potential it might happen.
Yeah. All right. So everybody, I'm Scotty J. We are here with Anvil, Rob Reiner, Lips. Guys, thank you so much for
All
your
right.
time.
Yeah, thanks.
Make sure you go out, buy Pounding the Pavement, and if you have not seen the movie The Story of Anvil, go check it out.
Yeah.
We're out. Thanks again for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also catch us at www.rocktitan.tv.